It seems you enjoy delving into the depths of the old city's secrets through my eyes. This time, let me tell you longer, stranger tales, as if they were chapters from a novel written by the night and the silence of observation. The story of the Marionette and the mysterious shadow. On a bitterly cold winter night, as the wind howled through the alleys like a hungry wolf, my eyes settled on a huge window on the upper floor of a house that seemed long abandoned. A faint, strange light seeped from it. My curiosity led me to creep closer, concealed behind a pile of old wood. And what I saw took my breath away. The lights weren't coming from a lamp, but from a large projection screen casting strange shadows on the opposite wall. What truly amazed me was the presence of marionettes, large and almost human-sized, suspended by thin threads. They weren't moving on their own. Instead, there was a shadow of a person moving behind the screen, manipulating the puppets with extraordinary skill. I never saw this person clearly, it was just a figure moving with lightness and grace, like a silent ballet dancer. The shadow moved the puppets in a peculiar way, as if they were performing a silent play, yet their movements carried sad and tragic connotations. One puppet cried, another stretched out its hands in despair, and a third struggled with something invisible. The show continued for hours, in absolute silence except for the sounds of the wind. The more I tried to understand the story, the greater the mystery grew. Who is this person who spends their nights manipulating abandoned puppets? Is it a memory? Is it practice? Or the madness of isolation? That night, I felt as if I had entered another world, a world of fantasy and madness hidden in the heart of the sleeping city. The mystery of the glowing door. In one of the narrow, dark alleys, where the moonbeams barely crept in, I noticed something strange I hadn't seen before. There was an old wooden door, looking like any other, but it emitted a faint glow from its small cracks, as if there was a bright light behind it. There was no nearby window, nor any other light source. The light seemed to emanate magically from the door itself. I crept quietly and tried to get closer. The closer I got, the more the light intensified, as if calling to me. I hesitated for a moment. Was it a trap? Was it just a strange reflection? A strange instinct, or perhaps just a deadly curiosity, pushed me to touch the door. It was cold as stone, but the light continued to seep through. I put my ear to the door and heard nothing. No sounds, no movement, just that magical light. As I stood there, bewildered and astonished, the door suddenly opened very slowly, revealing absolute darkness behind it. There was no light, no source of illumination, just absolute and profound blackness. My heart constricted and I stepped back quickly, as if fleeing from an incomprehensible void. The door closed behind me with the same slowness and silence. I returned to observe it from afar, but the light had completely disappeared. As if it had never existed. That night, I realized that the city hides mysteries that the human mind cannot comprehend, and that some doors may lead to nowhere. The story of the Lady and the Night Blooms. There was a small house, simple and humble-looking, but what distinguished it was its balcony filled with rare flowers, whose blossoms opened only at night, releasing their fragrant perfume. Every night, with the onset of darkness, these flowers emitted a magical scent that filled the alley. And one night, as I breathed in their aroma, I saw an old lady, wearing a dark robe, step out onto the balcony. She wasn't watering the flowers, nor inspecting them. She stood in the middle of the balcony, slowly extending her arms to the sky, as if embracing the air or receiving something invisible. Her eyes were closed, and her face bore expressions of deep serenity, as if she were communicating with unseen beings. She remained like this for long minutes, breathing deeply, then returned inside with the same tranquility. She repeated this ritual for several nights, and I couldn't understand her secret. Was she a nun practicing ancient rites? Was she an artist drawing inspiration from the night and the flowers? Or was she sharing a deep secret with the stars? This mysterious lady and the night blooms remained a secret of the city, and a reminder that some beauty only blossoms in darkness, and that some souls find solace in connecting with the unseen world. The old city is not just stones and alleys, it's an unending novel, and I am its tramp who writes its chapters with his eyes.